This is 10 Eyewitness News with Juanita Phillips.
10 die in a Belfast blast. The IRA says it was a mistake. The search for a helicopter pilot missing in Spencer Gulf. A plea for a better deal for cancer patients.
We don't have the facilities. We're not going to be able to treat these patients.
And deciding who is top dog. Good evening. First tonight, New South Wales Police have located the wreckage of a light plane missing for 3 weeks. The plane disappeared while on a flight from Sydney to Forbes on October the 3rd. On board were the 21-year-old pilot Scott Grezel and his 19-year-old passenger Hamish Wallace. They were flying in a single-engine Cicada Trinidad plane similar to this one. When they failed to arrive, the alarm was raised. A search of the Blue Mountains was mounted from Sydney, involving 45 aircraft. But it was hampered by bad weather and the failure of the pilot to log a flight plan. It continued for the next 2 days before being called off. But the missing pilot's father, Richard Grezel, continued searching in the hope that the plane had landed safely. Today, 3 weeks later, a bushwalker in the Canangra Boyd National Park near Oberon saw what he thought was wreckage. He reported the find to police, who flew over the site this afternoon and confirmed it was the missing plane. However, bad weather and rugged terrain prevented them from reaching the wreckage. A ground party will go in tomorrow morning to inspect the crash site. Meanwhile, the pilot of a helicopter which crashed in rough seas off Whyalla in South Australia is tonight still missing. Another man on board spent more than 7 hours in the water before swimming ashore to raise the alarm. He's told police how he struggled for hours to save his friend.
As rescuers set off to look for the Bell 47 helicopter last night, they knew it would be an almost impossible task. The tiny two-seater on a flight from Ceduna had refuelled in Whyalla about 1:30 yesterday afternoon. 5 minutes after taking off for Adelaide, the helicopter ditched into the ocean. But the alarm wasn't raised in Whyalla until the passenger, a middle-aged man from Adelaide, dragged himself up onto the beach in front of a Whyalla nursing home.
This man came up was yelling out from the bushes that he needed help, and at first off I thought it was a hoax.
The man had spent more than 7 hours swimming through seas known to be inhabited by white pointer sharks. For part of that time he'd been keeping his injured pilot afloat, but they were separated by a 4-metre swell.
Very heroic. He certainly tried to save his companion. He wasn't able to. He managed to save himself, only just. It was truly one of those stories you read about in the papers.
The Rescue 1 and 2 helicopters were patrolling a wide area off Whyalla from dawn this morning. Although some debris was spotted, an underwater search by police divers failed to find any sign of the helicopter or the missing pilot, and the search was called off mid-afternoon. Michelle Weidenhofer in Whyalla for 10 Eyewitness News.
Northern Ireland appears to be heading into a new cycle of tit-for-tat killings. This follows the deaths of 10 people in Belfast in the IRA's most devastating bomb attack since 1987. Describing the bombers as men without mercy.